All right, we have some breaking news for you right now. We're tracking on Newsnight. US Senate will vote to Trump's war power in Venezuela. The Senate has rather moved to block Trump's future Venezuela attack because remember, the US President Donald Trump has issued a second warning to Venezuela saying that if the sitting president there does not act properly, then the United States of America may attack Venezuela again. Now, the motion demands Trump to seek prior Congress approval. The White House says Trump to veto resolution at this point of time. For more on this, my colleague Disha Bakshi is now joining me live. Disha, what more can you tell us on this breaking news we're getting at this point of time? The US advancing motion to block Trump from any future attacks on Venezuela.
Now, Raisha, this is a big development because this is the first successful attempt by the US Senate to really rein in US President Donald Trump's ever-growing presidential powers. Remember, when it comes to the Venezuela operations, the Trump administration informed Congress after the operations were ongoing or over and successful rather than before. Now, according to the US Constitution, before such military operations, especially when it comes to military operations in another country, in another sovereign nation, the US military, the US administration, I beg your pardon, must seek approval from Congress leadership. Now, they did not do so for the Venezuela military ops. They did not do it for the Iran one as well. So now the US Senate has voted to pass a resolution which will demand that the Trump administration seek congressional approval before any future attacks on Venezuela. As you also said that the US president has threatened for a second possible attack on Venezuela if the Venezuelan government, the current acting president, does not cooperate with the Trump administration. Now, this was in fact also supported by a small group of Republicans in the Senate as well. 5 Republicans in the Senate also voted along with all the Democrats to pass this resolution. Remember, this has not been, this resolution still needs to be passed in the House with amendments before it can really push the, really confirm the blocking of Trump's presidential powers when it comes to any future operations in Venezuela. But this is definitely a successful attempt. Now, what this also means is that it shows that there's now a fracture and tensions when it comes to Team Trump as well as this domestic tension between Team Trump and the Senate, because this resolution really shows a bipartisan agreement that what the US president did in Venezuela by allowing the military to conduct the operations in Venezuela was considered illegal. So this definitely shows that there's a political tussle also ongoing within the US itself, apart from between US and Venezuela. Back to you.
Right, Disha, thanks for getting us the latest and sharing your insights with us on this top breaking news that the motion has been passed against the US President Donald Trump to not attack Venezuela again without any prior approval.